So how do you make the right recruitment decisions and save a lot of heartache later? Because let's be honest, actually, you have a lot less low performance if you don't make bad recruitment decisions. I remember a former client who had a member of staff who turned around to her and said, well, I've got my ACCA now. I need a pay rise. And we all turned around to her and said, you can't give her a pay rise. She's not performing at that level. She's not doing this. She's not doing that. And actually, one of the things we've got to do is we've got to let people know what levels need to be hit before things like pay rise happens. You know, you could put fancy words like a results-based work environment, but actually set the expectation of this is what will trigger a pay rise. But when we go into hiring, we normally only look for skills and experience. Oh, we need them to be qualified AAT, or we need them to have their ACCA or part qualified. You know, put up your hand if that's the first thing you think about when you're hiring a new member of staff. Nobody's put their hand up.
That's good.
Oh, Emma has. It's all right, Emma, you're being honest. Too often, the first few things we think about is the skills and experience. We don't think about, well, actually, what is the fit we need? What is the attitude we need? You know, and subconsciously, when you came on board, Ashley, you knew I was looking for somebody who was very different to me, didn't you? Mm. Now, that wasn't in a, oh, they've got to be this, this, and this, but at a subconscious level, we knew that we wanted somebody. But we also made sure, and every single member of the team, we asked them, what are their values? We also asked them how those come out in their work life, because it's really important to us that there's a good alignment of values. And one of the values of our business is loyalty and integrity. You know, we talk about this. We're doing the right thing. What is the right thing? And you'll often hear me say that, look, this is a difficult situation. What's the right thing to do here? It's a phrase, isn't it, Ashley, that we use a lot in our business. And it's the same when you're thinking about who you're hiring. You know, you've got to make sure that they've got that same values. But, you know, I see this often. We hire apprentices because they're cheap, but we're not prepared for the amount of supervision they need, the huge learning curve that they're going to need before they become valuable. We're just not prepared for that. And interestingly, when we come to a recruitment decision, we often go through this process. Oh, someone's left. Right, we have to replace them exactly. Have you seen that before, Ashley? Oh, I've lost a client manager, so I need another client manager. Actually, the first thing you've got to do is go, well, actually, what do I really need? And I remember a former client, they brought in this client champion, admin type, face of the business, and they deliberately didn't go for an accountant. They went for somebody that was a real people person. Now, it didn't work out because he actually had some medical issues that meant that he was incapable of coming into work. And the first thing they did in that practice was they went, right, well, it didn't work out because they weren't an accountant, and so we've got to have an AAT level 4 in that role. It was nothing to do with whether he had AAT level 4 or not. It was the fact that he had a medical condition that he lied about. And often we go, oh, well, it didn't work out, so we have to have the exact opposite. And then we kind of go, one of the things we have to realize is that often an individual's strengths become their weaknesses. So do you remember, Ashley, you said to me, I'm overwhelmed. And I said, well, what are you doing? And you said, I'm talking to all my members. Because your biggest strength is you're such a great account manager and you love talking to our members. And so you said, right, everyone, here's 15 minutes in the diary. I can't criticize because that's why you're brilliant at what you do. But too often we tend to bounce around with our recruitment and going, well, I need somebody that's not this person because that's why they were crap. And actually, no, we've got to remember that sometimes our strengths are our greatest weaknesses. And we as the leader of the business have to give some direction of how those greatest strengths are used. So Ashley, you know my greatest strength is my strategic thinking, don't you? But that means my weakest strength is the attention to the detail in the here and now. And we have a laugh, don't we, at a time, you know?
Oh, yes, we do.
We have a real laugh. And I look, and that was my apology with Monday.com, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I said, look, you know my ability is the ability to move quickly, to grasp the situation, to move ahead. And I said, That's why we've got such a strong business. And you went, yes. I go, that's also why you pissed off with me. And you went, yes. So we have to remember what it is. So when it comes to getting that recruitment decision right, create that detailed job description. How many have we got in the club, Ashley, job descriptions? 25?
It's quite a few though, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, seriously, you could pay hundreds for those. And those are available for anybody on the lowest membership, £195 a month. But too often than not, we have a very vague job description. We need to make sure that we're giving them the details.